Hey guys, Justin Williams here, shooting a new video on what I'm calling MINDCRAFT. Not the game, you know, as much as my son Caleb and I love to play Minecraft, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about MINDCRAFT. Honing the mind, expanding the mind, and understanding that your mind and your ability to use it is a skill. And in this series, this playlist, I want to be talking about challenging the way you think and process. Because anybody who's been out in the woods knows that as you are trying to establish yourself, whether it be for survival or for wilderness living, it requires a lot of strategy and thought processing. And so it's important that you open your mind to different opportunities and challenge your thinking when it comes to survival, sustainability, and self-reliance, and even preparedness. And with each of those areas, you know, if you have a strong, healthy mind and you have honed your Minecraft skills and your problem-solving skills, then you're going to be more effective in the woods. And so with that, I want to start off this first session in Minecraft with thinking through and processing survival schools and the content that you're taking in. And so whether you're interested in taking a survival class or whether you're interested in a wilderness immersion program, or even something as just simple as checking out new YouTube channels, it's important that you consider and you actually think about these things. We have this conception that life, that we have this endless amount of time, and the reality is we don't have that much time. Time is short, and it's restricted, and it's difficult to obtain, and it doesn't get any easier the older you get either, guys. And so when it comes to investing your time, energy, and your mind space, your knowledge, you need to ask yourself a couple questions. One, what do I hope to achieve by watching this or attending this school? And two, not only do I want to achieve and what do I want to accomplish, but what do I hope to get out of it overall? And the overall experience, the overall understanding and comprehension of what I'm about to take on, you know what I mean? And for me, been doing a lot of praying and even thinking about survival schools and a wilderness immersion program, something a little more in depth than just your basic weekend workshop. And so there's a lot of great schools out there for weekend workshops, but I wanted something more in depth, a little more just detailed in the sense of immersing myself in the wilderness. And I got to doing a lot of research and a lot of thinking about each of these different schools, and man, there are tons of them out there, and they range from inexpensive to reasonably priced to just outrageous. Almost have to take out a mortgage to pay for some of these schools. So there's a lot of factors that you have to consider when choosing a survival school. And one, the quickest one that we consider is cost. What's it going to cost me? And just like a good bushcraft knife or a good knife, you get what you pay for. It's that simple. And so I knew I didn't want just some non-credited bush hippie who spends his weekends out in the woods and offers classes. I wanted someone with some background and the skills to back it up. And that's what got me doing a lot of research and a lot of thinking about different schools. And so not only should you consider cost, once again, most importantly, the first thing I said you should consider is what do you hope to accomplish and what do you hope to get out of it. And those are the first things you need to consider. And then what does it cost? What is the instructor's background? And a huge one for me is what was the time frame? Because like I said, I didn't want just some weekend workshop or even a 5-day course. I wanted something by the time that I was done with it. I wasn't the same person that I was when I went into it. And so for me, I wanted something that fit my motto, that fit my values, that it was practical, that was primitive, and encouraged preparedness. And for me, it was a long journey, because I found a lot of amazing schools. You know, there's the Pathfinder school. I'm doing the Pathfinder Phase 1. Excellent school. But it just wasn't quite what I was looking for. The Maine Primitive School, man, that was one I was doing a lot of thinking about going. I mean, I was this close to going over there, but I wanted something that was a little more well-rounded, not just primitive skills. And I kind of even was interested in a little bit of tactical, a little you know, SEER training, maybe some scout tactical training, you know, just something that was just going to allow me to be the most well-rounded, you know, bushcrafter survivalist I could be. And for me, I didn't want it to be geared towards just, you know, end the world, I need to survive type training, because I am a lot more interested in primitive living, not just survival. And so with that, it just continued to lead me on a journey through different things, different processes, and that led me to a school called Sigma 3. And Sigma 3, guys, it offered the primitive skills with instructor Josh Hamlin. It had the, you know, the more practical modern skills with Robert Allen, and they also offered the SEER training and the scout training, which I thought was huge for me, because I wanted to be the most well-rounded outdoorsman I could be. But also the program was a good length of time that would allow me to immerse myself into it. The cost, you know, it's what you paid for. It's what you're going to get. It's good quality training, so you're going to pay a little bit for it. But they were, you know, Rob was awesome about working with me on a payment plan, a payment process, and so that was a huge plus for me as well. And you know, I think the deciding factor, though, guys, here was the deciding factor between all the schools that I considered. The deciding factor for me was, am I going to be able to build a camaraderie with these guys? Is it something that, you know, 2 years from now, I'm going to be able to connect with these guys still? And with some of those other schools, I felt like they almost become celebrity based, and wasn't going to have that camaraderie that I was looking for. And so for me, guys, after doing a little bit of research, I've decided, for me personally, once again, I'm not saying this is the best survival school out there. There's a lot of pretty awesome ones out there. But for me personally, Sigma 3 Survival School is going to be it. It's, I think it's the most well-rounded program. I think it offers some great training. And I think at the end of it, I'll be able to walk away with some new friends and some comrades that I'll have for life. And so I'm really looking forward to it. So guys, here's my official announcement. Come next summer, I'm going to be immersing myself in the woods for a little while. It's one of them intimidating feelings where I'm excited, but I'm nervous, because I spend, you know, weekend trips. I camp out every month, at least one weekend a month, and sometimes I'll camp 1 week a month. Not a month, but on a regular basis, I'll camp a whole entire 4 or 5 days. So I'm nervous about the longevity of being in the woods, and probably a little bit of it's being away from my family. But fortunately, like I said, I think it's going to be exactly what I need for me to grow spiritually, physically, and mentally. And for me, I've had be a little transparent here. I've had a real rough patch for the last couple years. It's been difficult, because I had some tragedy that took place in my life, and I've never recovered from it. I'm not the same guy I was 2 years ago. And so whether you want to call it a walkabout, a wilderness immersion, whatever the case be, this is an opportunity for me to grow and evolve into the better version, and that's what Minecraft's about. It's about enhancing your mind. It's about stretching your mind. And so anyways, guys, I want to encourage you to, you know, just be thinking about what you want to do with your training. Don't just settle for, oh, this is a great hobby, but how can this change me? How can it make me a better person outside of the woods, a better husband, a better father, and allow that same mental thinking processing that you have in the woods, take that into your workplace, take that into your daily life, and see how much more effective and successful you will be. And so, guys, this is Justin, Dirt Time Adventures. Guys, encourage you, get out there and get into the woods, get some training if you need. If not, find a good YouTube channel and be sure to watch it. Don't just watch it, because, you know, being able to mentally obtain that knowledge and that skill, it doesn't just stop there at your computer screen. You have to get out there and practice it. And once you hone that skill through actual dirt time, that's when it sticks in your mind. And so, once again, this short, not so much of a short video. I get talking. You tell I got a communications background. But just wanted to do a shout out video for what to look for in a survival school. And for me, I'm pretty excited about my choice. And I'm really looking forward to training with Robert Allen and Joshua Hamlin and some of those other guys out there. So remember, practical, primitive, prepared.